Alright, definitely needed that break. Library car. It's quite reminiscent of Pickle's lab from Unleashed, but it's not quite the same. Definitely not quite the same. All the stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist, reporter Amy Rose is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. Oh my gosh. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Found any leads? She knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? Oh, right. She has the master key. Yeah. Saw this case for anyone else by... Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I'd say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved. I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio, the poet. Poetry, a resonant message from poet to reader meant to chat. I can't control myself. Alright, this crap's insane to me. Can I hear some? Sure. Oh my god, he looks so... Do you know any poetry, Espio? Look at the oh my god, look at the chow! Oh my god! Oh my god, come on. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La la la, dee dee dee. Is that a haiku? Is that actually a haiku? Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 la. D, 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 D. No, it's not. The first has a haiku work. The first and the last lines have to have 5 syllables, and the middle line's supposed to have 7. I believe that's how a haiku works, right? Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Felix and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it was simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. I better pay attention. Okay, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, Sonic all passed through this library car, so they all... alright, so this is... Yes, we were here, and then, yeah, Knuckles stays here, these two stay here, so... Yes, okay, it makes sense. Where Amy told me and Amy told me and Espio to stay, I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yeah, we know this. Yep. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. What? What did she see in a brochure? But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the door. Shadow walked through the casino car. Okay. Then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. Huh. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car. So he walked through the library car to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. Uh-huh. So he left while they were gaming. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. What is this man Shadow up to? Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door. Okay. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered. Always sparkling. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they were saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library card reading. Tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Alright. Wow. Okay. Hey, it's Professor Pickle. I just said earlier, this reminds me of Pickle's lab, and there he is. This is how you could tell I'm a Sonic fan, okay? This is how you could tell. I know. And I wish I could I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me, no time to rest. Well, I mean, a little peek would hurt. He's scavenging through all the book tiles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one... It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Oh. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Oh boy. Someone needed to figure out how to speed up the train, huh? Alright, what else have we got? Globe. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd like to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. Conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to... Yep, Professor Pickle. And he's literally, the portraits are right there. He'll tell you everything about the area, make one scrumptious sandwich. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Come on, we gotta check the trash. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something. God. Felix, are you sad that there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Why are your hopes and dreams something we find something in the trash bin? You're pretty unconventional, but I like that. What was that? Was that supposed to be a compliment? I'm definitely like all giddy about this, I'm telling you. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling to clean up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. A table. Let me just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush, puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Felix, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. What? What are you saying? What are you saying, though? So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up, but Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Why don't they just put them back there just on the floor? Just pick them up. Ya fricks. What's this? Oh, brochures. They're all travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh. Felix, look at this. There's a couple maps here. There seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. A map of this one car? Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, I'll leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really need to see this. What? This little chow's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That, or maybe his flight level isn't up too high. It's beautiful. If this chow could stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? I can't click the buddy gamer picture? Come on. I can't click the buddy gamer picture. Wow. Wow. Check out our book club. Book of the month. Gone Gal. Gone Gal? What the heck is that? Also, why is this light up? That doesn't make any sense. I think that made more sense in the saloon car. Or maybe this is like... Or no, I think this is always a screen. Oh, you know what? I mistook it for like the fabric on the walls. Okay, that's actually my bad then. The door. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going in the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Okay. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Alright, let's talk to Vector. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting it on the train. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef with a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcherer. Oh, it's ketchup and not blood. You know what? They wouldn't allow blood. They wouldn't allow blood. I'm going crazy. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Can I take your order? Oh yes, please, I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important. Then why would you show the menu to me? Come on. Here I thought I could trust you. You made a fool of me. Look, Felix, you made him a fool. No, I'm the fool. Yeah, I smooth things over by what cost? I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. Let's interrogate Vector. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I would be a proper detective if I examining the validity, the validity of your alibis. I can't read. I cannot read today. Felix and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if SBO really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. Okay. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, SBO. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Was he, though? Once SBO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? SBO doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Felix, could you help me out? So, I guess SBO was reading the train manual? A manual? You think SBO was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Oh, here we freaking go again. Here we go again. Maybe I did need to take that spring. Oh, God. Whoa, what's that? Oh, my God. I am not a keyboard player. I'm not a key. You have to forgive me. I am not a keyboard player. So like, if I fall to some of these, like, that's entirely my bad. I didn't even check to see if this game has, like, controller support. Oh, Lord. I don't think I wanted to take that spring. Okay. I think we're good now. There are books scattered around the floor for sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. The lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SBO. Okay. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. Confirmed. SBO thinks trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Felix, if you don't mind. Could you ask SBO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. I just realized I could press space to advance the text. I'm gonna use my mouse. Which page should I quiz him on? I don't know. Let's just start in order. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. So much reading, I gotta take deep breaths. I remember the conductor saying the train could clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought into the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Felix, hit him with another one. Alright, oh god, another one popped up too. Or did I just... No, I read on page 14. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you are over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Felix. Let's see if SPO can go 3 for 3. 402? What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? I mean, yeah. Right? Unless there's something else I need him to... Totally, it was wild you're able to retain all this information so quickly. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit there, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can... Espio, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that could be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Felix? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Felix, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw SPO reading, but what? So, it's probably going to be... Let me think. Not this. This one would point to Rouge. This would point to Rouge seeing SPO, I believe, and this would point to Shadow seeing him. And when the train sped, so apparently SPO read this thing before the train sped up. Is like, you know, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering correctly. And Shadow, like, as soon as Shadow went back to where he was supposed to be, the train sped up. So I think it is Shadow's lock. It probably is. Because, like, I'm thinking that Shadow had to have seen SPO reading. Oh god. You know, because Shadow was, like, locking up doors before the train sped up, right? So... Oh my god. It's like... Oh my gosh, I thought it was out of the way. Yeah, so SPO must have passed by So Shadow must have passed by SPO reading. You know, before the train sped up and junk. Let me see. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. But I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. SPO said he saw Xiao enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Xiao's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SPO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We know Xiao had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and SPO didn't notice one another on Xiao's return trip. Simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book. I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me that the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see... I could sense SPO's desperation here. Definitely defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Xiao returning from the saloon car to lock all doors, then at that moment you were really in the library car At that moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would SBO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SBO in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Felix, one that I would love SBO to solve. You gotta believe me. That cold demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow's pass back through the library card, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, SBO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I wasn't. I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was SBO simply sitting reading? Or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Oh, man. Who do I defend? Let me think. Who? Okay. Oh, I can't frickin'... Alright. I can't do anything. I want to, like, rewind some of the text, but that's not an option. God. My memory sucks. Okay, let's see. Join Tails or defend SBO. Let's defend SBO. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and SBO couldn't have seen one another? So, let's look at the map. Now let's get my thoughts in order. Alright. I'm using both my hands on this blessed thing. Because using one hand to move and jump is like killing my brain. I wish I really messed that jump up. That was actually on me. If I beat this game, I hope they just have like an unlimited mode for this. The library map. Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way SBO and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you'll have to point out exactly on the map you mean. Where could SBO have been for Shadow to not see him? So... okay. No. Probably here. If Shadow... so if Shadow walked literally from here to here... oh man. What if SBO was actually on top of a bookshelf? Wouldn't that be crazy? I think that'd be crazy. What is this? That's a bookcase. I think Shadow would have noticed if SBO was climbing one of those while he walked through the library car. Or Shadow did not see SBO as he was walking through the library car. Where would SBO have... okay, this is like my second thought. This is also a thought. Oh, because there's actually a freaking... Is this a shelf right here? So maybe SBO was here. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, SBO was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and SBO couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because a bookcase is in the way. Alright. I had some crazy thought. I was like, okay, this man Espio is sitting on top of a bookcase because he's a ninja. But no. Okay. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all of our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. It seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open while she passed through earlier. Give him heck. If you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. I love these chow, man. I do. A murder is on the loose. While doors keep getting locked, tick tick tock goes the clock. While our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Let's see what's next. Coming. Alright. I guess we're done with the library. Books! Tails, we ain't got time for books! We got a murder to solve! Murder mystery thing to solve. God.